Hey there guys, welcome back to another video. I wanted to quickly get out a video for those that are still looking to hit legend of a good team to use and kind of how to use it. Now, yesterday I uploaded a video with the same team, but it was more featuring my rank 1 shadow for alligator. So yeah, as you guys can see, the team is Venusaur, Azumarill with Ice Beam and Play Rough, and for alligator with Ice Beam. So yeah, it is double water, so you're gonna wanna eventually probably safe swap your Azumarill and lure out like the grasses and the electrics, and yeah, I'll kind of show you how I played it. And yeah, let's get into the battles. So game 1, we lead our Venusaur into the Magna Zone. Now I did actually forget to record game 1, so this is actually game 2. So here, this is what we want to find in the lead. But I mean, it's not really, this isn't a great matchup. He does let this go, which is perfect though, so that's nice. He's gonna throw likely a wild charge, but I'm gonna let this go. And I do actually live, so that's really nice. He's gonna throw one more move. And it's gonna knock me out. He throws Mirror Shot. He probably should just throw wild charge there again in case I try to catch or something like that. But he comes in with Crest, and this is just telling me that he doesn't have a great answer. So I'm gonna unload this Hydro Cannon. Definitely just gonna be double shielding for alligator. So he's gonna throw Grass Knot. He does have Grass Knot. And I'm gonna throw a farm. I was thinking about farming this down, then I was like, nah. He was at like 9 or 8 or something when he caught this, so it was just the craziest catch. But here I'm gonna farm back up to 2. And then go into my Azumarill. Farming up to 2 lets me just Hydro Cannon the Crest when it comes back in if I end up playing it. And I mean, I get through a shield too, so because he's gonna have to shield this, so if I get 2 shields from this Altaria, I'm sitting good. I mean, but honestly, like, the Dragon Breaths aren't going to do anything to my Feraligatr. Like, they are, right? But he's going to need a whole Grass Knot to kill me anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And Psycho Cuts, he's not going to be able to farm me down, so yeah, I'm going to get that second shield here. Here he tries to, I don't know what he's... I mean, it's game over. There's really no way he can win here. I do live this a little bit. I honestly should have just stayed in and farmed it down with my Azumarill in case he ended up throwing a Grass Knot, but I'm pretty sure I had a shield, so it wasn't too big of a deal. Gonna Ice Beam that Altaria, and there you go. I definitely like Ice Beam on my Feraligatr more than Crunch. I haven't even tested out Crunch, but Ice Beam's really been helping me, especially against Mandibuzz, which is kind of a small core breaker to this team. Here he throws on bad timing, so I'm pretty sure it was bad timing, so I get another move in. Aerial Laces. I was kind of hoping that would do less than 50%, but or like maybe like 40, so I could get 2 Sludge Bombs off, but definitely not. So I'm gonna throw a 1 and catch. It works like 90% of the time, throwing 1 2-turn move and catching it's a 3-turn move. Here I actually have to throw in bad timing because I'm pretty sure if you were to throw the Frenzy Plant right now, I might have a chance of just barely living it, so I wanted to see if he was gonna take that risk. And then, yeah, no point in shielding this because he's just gonna outpace me to the next one. So I'm gonna come in. I end up losing CMP, which is really unfortunate. So I do shield this up. And see if I can grab that last shield from him. Or do a bunch of damage to the Venusaur. He lets that go. I'm gonna come in quickly and farm it down. Does a lot of damage, those Vine Whips, that's just crazy. Comes in with Sand Slash. Now I'm thinking this is really rough. Basically my win con is I get a shield right here. I could have waited to throw, which maybe would have been better, because he would live this. I think he would live this. That would kill. Then that was a great play, but I think he would have lived that with a little bit. Throws the Drill Run, actually. And we're actually able to CMP tie on this Ice Beam, so hoping this is going to take it out. It does take it out. And we're both at 0 energy, basically, so we'll both need 5 turns, or 5 moves to the next charge move, so sitting good there. And he's top left, so Quagsire, great lead here. Here he comes in with double. I'm thinking, okay, with wild charge, it's not really I can't really go into my Azumarill. But I need to keep my Venusaur for the lead, so mean, I guess I wouldn't really need to necessarily, but I wanted to because it's just so dominant. Here it does less than 50%. So I'm going to throw my Ice Beam. And I'm kind of hoping that I can live this and make it to another one. I think he got denied there too. He must have hit a frame drop. And he decides to go with the Body Slam, so sitting good there. Likely a catch, but I mean, it's not a big deal. He's going to have to unleash energy anyway, so. Gonna keep farming up. I'm thinking, oh yeah, I decided to go for the play rough for some reason. I should have just went for Ice Beam, honestly. Would have put it at like 1 health, but whatever. Coming with this thing. Here I'm thinking that I do want to shield this because I feel like it's best, unless he has a Skarmory back there, then it's kind of tough. But let's see. Yeah, then he just top left, so I think there's different ways to play that game, but yeah, came out with the W. Great lead here. He comes in with this thing, Ninetails. I think honestly here it's better to go to Feraligatr. Just wait for him to, you know, throw the first move, even if he farms up to Dazzling Gleam, and then throw the Hydro Cannon as soon as before he gets to the second move. Because if he, I don't know, it's just such a dominant matchup, but you need to use a shield in that scenario. So here he lets that go, which I'm very grateful for because I needed him to let that go. I think you might lose the 2s against this thing. Here I'm letting him get as much damage on my Azumarill as possible so he doesn't get very much farm with his Lanturn. Wasn't sure if I could live a Weather Ball or not, so I kind of threw, or I killed it right before he got there, or I don't know exactly how that played out, but yeah, just wanted to let the Ninetails do as much damage so we got less farm. Now Mandibuzz, so this is pretty tough. Here I'm gonna go, I decided to go Ice Beams here because I'm thinking an Ice Beam plus a Sludge Bomb is gonna take out. I'm hoping I can get there. And I'm gonna shield up first because he's most likely to throw Dark Pulse right away. Here I think, what do? I let this one go. Thinking maybe he bait, but he decides not to. Decided to go Ice Beam again. So if I could have baited, I could have been fine, but Hydro Cannon only does 30%, so you kind of need to get those Ice Beams off. Because you need 2 Hydro Cannons and a Sludge Bomb, or just an Ice Beam and a Sludge Bomb, so I let that one go. And I throw a Sludge Bomb, hoping to be able to get to another Sludge Bomb before he gets to his next Aerial Ace. No, I think he's gonna make it there before me anyways, but yeah, not a big deal because he's got Lanturn. Here, I remember actually this game. He tries to catch, and I thought he was at 4 and he was at 5 when he came in, so I wasn't able to throw there. But I think I needed that energy anyways, so I would have lost it anyways. But here we get a 4-1, not too bad of a set, catching the Ralts. Putting us 30-75, so kind of low, but it shows you that you can win and get to legend with this team. Just gotta play it right. Here we get a great lead in Whimsicott. Sludge Bomb is going to destroy it, but as well as my Ice Beams are going to do absolutely fine against it. So he has to actually go into Feraligatr. Now Feraligatr does have Ice Beam, so I want to actually decide to go into my Azumarill, especially because Feraligatr's Ice Beam, my Feraligatr Ice Beam is going to do great against the Whimsicott. And I mean, you'll see, Feraligatr does like surprisingly well against my my Azumarill. Just gonna throw it again, and then out here I'm like, okay, well I don't want to shield this, but I'm not even gonna be able to make it 2 moves. I was like just dumbfounded, like wow, I can't believe that Feraligatr is so good. I mean, you'll see like it just beat an Azu with 1 shield, which makes sense, but I don't know, it was very surprising to me. So here, I'm wondering if 1 Ice Beam is going to take out the Whimsicott, hoping it does. He's not able to make it to another move. I was ready to catch just in case he did make it there. Gonna throw, and this is going to take it out, so sitting good there. And he comes in with a Charizard, decides top left because nothing he can do there. Next up, Venu versus Lanturn, another good lead. Comes in with this thing, Wigglytuff, and I'm gonna go for my Sludge Bomb. And I do actually have to swap out here because this thing is gonna get me weak, decently weak, you know, where I can't really threaten the Lanturn anymore. So I do have to go into my Azumarill here. And I wanna either live with a lot of health and take this thing out, or the least amount of health as possible. So I try to do that, and then I realized, wow, he can farm me down at this range. I was thinking that if that first player off would have killed, I was gonna take no damage, or I would have 2 less charms and probably maybe made another move here. But here I'm farming up as much as possible, trying to get him to throw the surf. That's what I wanted to do. He decided to farm me down, which was the right play. Just like keep farming up. He's just like baiting him into surfing, you know. Surfing and not taking a player off is sometimes worth it. But yeah, good play by him. I do decide to shield this one actually, and he comes in with a Mandibuzz. So here, I think, what do I decide to do here? I let this, no, I shield this one, okay. He actually baited, so good play by him. And I realize here that I need to land an Ice Beam and get a Sludge Bomb off, which I definitely can do. Because I'll be able to live another move, or 2 moves. Another Aerial Ace. I mean, those Snarls are doing a lot. Here I'm like, I think I counter right, and I think he's at only an Aerial Ace, which he is. So I'm gonna throw 1 and then the Ice Beam. And then our switch clock should be up. It's been just a little bit over a minute, so I'm gonna come in and throw the Sludge Bomb. Frenzy Plant probably would have killed, but I can live a Surf and a Thunderbolt, so no point in playing around if he were to get there before me. And yeah, this is GG's to that opponent. Next up, we have the Venusaur lead against the Deoxys. So when I first was playing this, he was farming up to 2 and then throwing away as soon as he's at 10. On that one, you want to catch on the Azumarill when he gets to 10. But here, he decides to throw a 5. I actually do decide to let this go. Debatable if this is the right play, but so I have a hard wall to this thing, so I'm getting as much energy on my Venusaur as possible. And gonna swap into my Azumarill, which you want to do that as often as possible, where you can just overfarm, and then if you have a hard counter in the back, our switch clocks are not aligned by like 3 or 4 seconds, which actually can be a little bit tricky sometimes, but if you play around it right, you'll be okay. So throw the player off, realize 2 player offs is gonna kill, so I'm gonna overfarm as much as possible. And he does have a Deoxys in the lead, right? So I don't really need switch necessarily. So if I want to switch out of this matchup, as soon as he comes in with his Deoxys, I can. So here he throws Thunderbolt, or he throws Psycho Boost, he's not at a Thunderbolt. And I'm realize like I'm definitely gonna live this, so throw 1, make sure that he's not gonna swap, throw the Play Rough. And then to get a little bit of an energy advantage, I swap right into my Feraligatr. He comes in with Guzzlord. And throwing a good timing there despite him losing 1 turn. And here I'm thinking my win con is going to be either Ice Beaming him or getting to double Hydro Cannon here so that 1 Sludge Bomb is going to kill. So I realize here that he's going to shield this, right? So my best win con is to be able to basically him lag a little bit, and I throw my 2 turn, he throws his 3 turn, and damage doesn't register. So I do that, then I come in, I win CMP tie, so I throw the Sludge Bomb. So we could have lost that game, but it would have won, so that's nice. Would have been a little bit more difficult if my Feraligatr didn't make it to that 2nd Hydro Cannon. Alright, next up we have Annihilate. Pretty self-explanatory here. I think I actually was like just so not focused on this game that I didn't play it right. Usually I like to throw on 7. Some reason I'm like I just don't throw at all. I think you should throw at 7 though. So I shield this just in case. I wait for that move to go through, see that he goes through, so I throw the Frenzy Plant. He shields up. So then we CMP tie here, and I'm willing to play the odds he doesn't have Ice Punch. And I was thinking maybe I live Ice Punch. I probably don't, but especially seeing how much an Ice Slash does. So I Frenzy Planet, he lets that go, comes in with Gligar. Now I do have 2 good answers to this, but Azu is just such a way better answer. I let my Venusaur get farmed down. And here, he does a good play, so I'm going to try to throw in good timing. And he knew I was going to wait for the turn, or to look for the move to go through, and he just stands there, and you know how sometimes it lags, and he just stands there, so you're kind of forced to throw, if you guys have ever kind of waited for the fast move to go through before you throw your charge move. And so I was like, okay, he's either lagging or doing this, but I have to end up throwing, so I do throw there. And he has a nice catch, but what can you do? I mean, I needed a move on this thing anyways, I think, so. Or I needed to throw a move against the Lickitung. I'm not too sure if 2 Hydro Cannons would kill. I think they might actually, but Shadow Claws don't do a lot, so. Here I'm like, okay, I know I can live in Aerial Ace, which he's at, so I'm going to try to throw one to get him to throw his energy. He didn't throw it. Here he throws, but I played this Azumarill versus Gligar matchup a few times, knowing that I could live 2 digs and the wing attack. So he's gonna throw it here, and I'm gonna be able to get to the Ice Beam before he gets to farm me down or Aerial Ace. So GG's to him. He played that well, very well. Next up, it's Trainer Red. I think we have this game. I think this is the last game actually. So great lead here. Safe swaps into a Skeldridge. Now, if you're quick enough on the swap, you'll be able to outpace him the whole entire time. I was slow on the swap, but just at that exact even enough. So he's 45, so he's gonna need, it's gonna be 3-2-2 for his disarming voices. So you also gotta throw on good timing to be able to win this matchup. So I do that. He's gonna throw right here. I'm gonna shield this up and farm down. It's just the best play to do right now. And then I want to try to throw off his energy, so I'm gonna actually throw right before he gets to the Mud Bomb. I could have CMP tied it, but thinking that maybe he's like, oh, okay, I can throw one more and then, but he's doing a good job counting. So, yep, that was the Mud Bomb. I'm gonna come in with my Vine Whips, and the Gligar comes out, and he's like, it's game over. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you guys do decide to use this team, and if it helps you get to Legend. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.